Good afternoon, class. I am Charis Wandelan A. Dautuan, and you can call me Teacher Cha-Cha. And now, let's proceed to our engagement part. I have here a material. Can anyone tell me what material is this? Yes, correct. This material is called paper. Now, I will going to burn it. Now, class, observe. What will happen to the paper? It turns to ashes, and it causes a chemical change because the new materials has a different composition when compared to the original materials. And now let's proceed to our exploration. Let's have an activity. The activity 1: what makes the apples turn brown? The materials needed: apple, knife, and plate. Observe closely the color of the cut apple. Let it stay for about 5 minutes. Observe again the color of the apple. Recall its color when you have just cut it.
Good day, class. I'm Teacher Lynn. This afternoon, we're going to continue the discussion about changes the materials undergo due to oxygen and heat. But before we proceed to our discussion, let's have an activity first. So this activity is what we call sugar and heat. What comes next? This experiment involves heat, so don't do it at home unless you have adult supervision. Now, watch what happened as I hit the sugar.
Watch carefully what will happen to the sugar.
Now, what changes did you notice the sugar after heating? Anyone from the class?
Ako, ma'am.
Yes, Apollo.
It melted and turned black.
Yes, good. As what we observed, the sugar, it melted and it turned black. So that what we call is a new substance. Diba? Na-change siya into new substance. When we heat the sugar, it became another substance. And number two, what made the sugar change? Anyone?
Teacher.
Yes, Dave.
It caused the change.
Yes. You're right. Heat caused the change. So that's why the sugar changed because of the heat. Okay, and question 3, what was produced? Anyone? Yes, Pedro.
A black solid.
Yes. So, as what we observed earlier, it turned a black solid, and it burnt smell. In our question 4, no, how did it smell and taste? Question 4, how did it smell and taste? Anyone? Yes, Jason.
Tasted bitter, teacher.
Yes, it smelled burnt and tasted bitter. So in question 5, what kind of change took place? Yes, Joshua.
A new substance, teacher.
Yes, a chemical change happened because it formed a new substance that can go back to na dili na siya mabalik sa iyahang form.
What is the color of the freshly cut apple? It's white or yellowish. What is the color of the apple after it was left aside? It's brown. And what kind of change? It is physical or chemical? The answer is chemical because the apple are enzymes, which is mano siya mag-cause nga mag-brown ang apple. And now, let's proceed to our formal discussion. And our topic is all about changes that materials undergo due to oxygen and heat. And now, let's proceed to our learning outcomes. Changes in materials due to the presence of oxygen and application of heat. First, let's talk about the presence of oxygen. Chemical change is a change in matter that results in the formation of one or more new substances. The new materials has a different composition when compared with the original material. One of the example of this is what I did earlier, which is the burning paper. It is chemical change because it forms into a new substances. And aside from that, the new materials has a different composition when compared to original materials, from paper to ashes. Another example is burning wood and rusting of iron. Next is oxygen. It is a part of the air that surrounds us. It has effects on different materials. The presence of oxygen in the air can cause chemical change on materials. Just like what we observed earlier, the apple turned brown. It is because the fleshy part of the apple reacts with the oxygen that present on the air. And inside the apple are enzymes, just like what I've said earlier. Because enzymes, this is the special proteins that speed up reaction. That's why dali ra siya mo brown. And one of these is called polyphenol oxidase or PPO. PPO reacts with a certain natural chemicals in the apple when oxygen is present. All vegetables and fruits like banana, eggplant, sweet potatoes have PPO. Our body also reacts with the oxygen. And the food we eat also reacts with the oxygen we breathe in. It burns the food for the release of energy we stored in it. And that's all for my part.
So now let's proceed to application of heat. Sugar was originally crystalline white when exposed to heat from the alcohol lamp. It melted into syrup. Melting caused the sugar to break down into simpler sugars. This is what we call fructose and glucose. Here are the three proofs of chemical change: production of heat and light, production of gas, change and color. Now let's proceed the discussion. Now, let's discuss what happened in both activities. In activity 1, when the apple was exposed to air, it turned brown. So this is what we call chemical change caused by oxygen. And our activity 2 naman, when the sugar was heated, it's changed color, smell, and taste. So, it is also called chemical change because of heat. So, class, what do we call these kinds of changes? Yes, it's chemical changes. Let's answer the discussion guide question. Is the hypothesis supported or disproved? It is supported. Materials really change when exposed to oxygen and heat. What errors were made? The sugar may have been overheated or the apple not observed long enough. How could the experiment be improved? We can use a timer. So next time if we do this again or we can use a timer, hit carefully and take notes or pictures during observation. So both activities prove that new substances form when materials are changed by heat or oxygen. Conclusion, when materials are exposed to oxygen or heat, they can change into a new substances. This um, call a chemical change. Our investigation proved that both oxygen and heat can cause materials to change permanently. Therefore, our hypothesis was supported. Great job, everyone! You did very well in observing and answering our questions. Now, you understand that simple things like a browning apple or burning sugar are actually chemical changes happening around us. Keep observing and discovering, everyone. Thank you, class, and see you next time.